watching East Tennessee weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
Hello, hello, hello. Good Sunday morning, everyone. Sure hope you're having a good morning so far. 9:03 this morning. Folks are probably heading off to church, or some are just hanging out with us. I see the chat lighting up here already this morning. And how about that view? I mean, listen, much better view this morning than what we had yesterday. Much better day ahead of us today than what we had yesterday as well. So at least we've got that going. Gorgeous sunshine, albeit don't let that sunshine fool you. It's chilly outside this morning, and it's going to stay on the cool side throughout the day today. So definitely something that we're going to be highlighting here coming up here in just a moment. But first things first, let's say good morning, happy Sunday. How's the day? Did you fare okay yesterday? I mean, it was a gloomy one. We had some pretty good downpours yesterday afternoon. That was the leading edge of the cold front. Didn't have any really rumbles of thunder. But definitely had some pretty good downpours. The drizzle, the mist, the overcast skies. Ugh, what an indoor kind of a lazy day. Although it wasn't lazy for me. I had to get out and run around and trying to find some DC power for my silly lights in the studio as they have just malfunctioned. So if anybody knows where to find some DC power, 18 volt, 13 amp DC power cable things, let me know. I went to Best Buy, but well, they don't work. So I got to go return those today. So I'll get back to the chat here in just a moment. Let's go ahead and go to the forecast here for the day today. Folks wanting to get outside. Again, that's a live look in Hardin Valley. Beautiful. But notice the flag blowing off in the distance there, just in the foreground. Yeah, it's going to be a rather windy day today. Good kite flying day, I suppose. But yeah, it's going to be gusty, sunny. At least we have the solar insulation that's going to help to warm us up a little bit. But with the wind, it's going to make us feel much, much colder. So checking on visibility here this morning, not really going to see much activity. We've got a few clouds hanging out across upper East Tennessee here at this hour, but visibility-wise, we are doing A-OK. Temperatures this morning. This tells the story, right? Temperatures are trending about 15 to 20 degrees colder than what we had yesterday. When you look at the numbers, it is chilly, but fairly average. Average lows are in the mid to upper 30s, and so we're in the mid to upper 30s and a few pockets of 40s. So not too terribly bad here to get the day started. This is typically what this time of the year should feel like for those morning low temperatures. Here are your weather headlines. Sunny, breezy, and cooler today. A cold night ahead of us tonight. Even colder weather. We're talking freezing temperatures. And I actually have some information on the last frost and freeze for cities around East Tennessee. That's coming up here at the end of this forecast. But next week, starting tomorrow, we're really going to start to see some beautiful weather. And as I mentioned in the subject title, who's ready for some mid-70s and some sunshine? Me. Yeah. Our next cold front, though, is going to arrive on Friday, and that's going to bring us increasing showers and thunderstorms. And as it stands right now, maybe about an inch of rain. We'll highlight that here in a moment. All right, so the forecast for the day today, we go from the 30s, lunchtime, still chilly, sunny and 43. It's not sunny and 75. We're going to stay in the upper 40s as we get into the afternoon. Yeah, a few pockets of low 50s as well. All right, here we go. Here's the other side of the story, right? So it's going to be chillier. We're going to have the sunshine, but like I said, the wind's going to be on the increase. Those winds are out of the northwest, and the winds are not too terribly bad right now, but as we heat up the air and we start to get some mixing to occur in the atmosphere, we'll get some of these upper-level winds to be transferred down to the surface, and so we are looking at by noon, the wind's going to be stronger than what it is right now. Get into the 3 o'clock hour, yeah, rather gusty. So we're talking winds gusting to about 20, 25 miles per hour out of the northwest in the valley. The winds in the mountains are going to be even higher than that, up to about 55 to 60 mile per hour winds across the highest peaks of the Smokies. And then as we get into the 7 o'clock hour, still breezy upper East Tennessee, but the wind will start to relax overnight tonight. Now remember, if we had wind, we wouldn't see really cold temperatures tomorrow morning, but the wind's going to back off overnight tonight. Wind advisory for the mountains, 25 to 35 mile per hour, sustained winds, gusts up to 50 miles per hour. And up near Boone, North Carolina, Asheville area, we have a high wind warning that has been issued for that location. So no, this goes until 2 o'clock in the morning tonight. Oh, by the way, how are we feeling this morning? We good? Did we get enough sleep? Have you got around your house and reset all your clocks in your house? I was very confused when I woke up because, I knew my cell phone was going to change, and I was like, okay, hold on. Let me think about this for a second. Oh, yeah. Hey, light winds, clear skies. That allows for radiational cooling, and the colder air mass is in place. So, listen, temperatures are going to dip down into the 20s. and the 30s tomorrow morning. But we'll warm nicely, and we're going to have plenty of sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. We'll see those temps climb back into the 50s. So tomorrow's a fairly average day, a little bit below average when we're talking low temperatures, but high temperatures will be back to those seasonal averages. And your 3-day forecast, how about this solid 3-day stretch? That's not bad, right? 58 Monday, 65 Tuesday, near 70 on Wednesday. But my friends, it does not stop there. We keep going by Thursday. Thursday is going to be the warmest day. I'll highlight that here in a second, but here we go. So this is 850 millibar temperatures, okay? So this is at 5,000 feet in elevation. It's going to be colder in the mountains because the mountains are higher, right? Colder or closer to this core of cold air. But what I wanted to highlight is that that's going to be with us today. It's going to be with us tomorrow morning. And then high pressure starts to scour that out, and we'll say, see you later. Don't come back again, right? No, thank you. Although today's not going to be bad. It's just, jacket kind of day. But that gets scoured on out. High pressure is going to be the name of the game as we head through the week this week, and high pressure shifts out to the southeast. That will give us a return flow from the Gulf of Mexico. Now, not a lot of moisture heading our way this week, but we could maybe have some elevated fire concerns. The Weather Service was talking about the fact that our relative humidities here through the middle part of the week are going to drop drastically. The good thing is we won't have a lot of wind, and so that will help mitigate some of that fire danger, even though relative humidity comes on down. High pressure shifts off to the southeast, and that will eventually bring us warmer temperatures. As I mentioned, we're going to stay nice and dry all the way through Thursday, and then Friday, those rain chances ramp up and then start to fade away as we get into our Saturday and Sunday. So let's highlight that. So today's rainfall outlook, just across the upper the northeast, Great Lakes area, some of that in the form of snow, thanks to this colder air mass. Tomorrow, dry. How about Tuesday? Dry. But here comes our next rain. This is actually over 24 hours. So this goes from Wednesday, 7 o'clock in the morning to Thursday, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to relabel those titles so you understand the progression of that, the 24 hours part of that. So I got to do that here later on today. But Thursday and Friday, here comes our storm system. So we'll likely start off Friday on the dry side as it stands now, but it's only Sunday, of course. Then Friday into Saturday, the rain swings its way on through. Saturday into Sunday, still some lingering showers across the southeast. And then Sunday into Monday, we should start to see some quieter conditions and drier weather as well. But when our rainfall outlook, so Friday into Saturday, likely to pick up about an inch of rain. Heavier rain to our south and southwest. We've already had a lot of rain there this past week. We've already had some flood concerns there. So now kind of insult to injury. But again, that's not going to be until the end of the week. So in the meantime, everything will kind of quiet and dry down, and everything will dry out just a bit as well. So that would be good. So I don't think we'll have any flood concerns as we wrap up the week. All right, here's that temperature trend as we look ahead over the next 7 days. 50s today and tomorrow, 60s Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Anybody? Any takers on that sunny and 74, 75? Yes, please. Low temperatures, by the way, will dip down we'll stay in the low 30s. So again, chilly this morning, colder tomorrow morning, near freezing again on Tuesday morning, and then when those low temperatures climb back up. But as I mentioned, let's talk about the average last frost and freeze. I've got all the cities on there. Whoa, that's not going to work at all. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's fix that. We'll just go like this. Oh, I forgot to take the loop off. All right, here we go. So Knoxville, average last freeze is April 1st. Average last frost is April 14th. This is why we can't get out and plant yet, right? We can't do the planting until we get past these dates. That's probably going to be the best bet. Chattanooga, average last frost freeze is March 24th. So that's coming up. Of course, across the Southern Valley, right? So a little bit warmer. Average highs are a little bit warmer as well. Average last frost is April 4th. Tri-Cities, average last freeze is April 16th. The last frost is April 29th. All right. Upper East Tennessee, a little bit colder, a little bit further north. Stays a little bit colder, a little bit longer. Growing season is a little bit later. And Crossville, average last freeze is April 16th, just like Tri-Cities. They did not have, National Weather Service out of Nashville did not have any information on their website for the average last frost for Crossville. There's a lot of data actually missing for the Crossville community, unfortunately. But either way, we've got what we got. So here we go. Let's go to the chat and say good morning, everyone. See how everyone is doing. Let me expand this chat because I can't see anything. There we go. Now I can see what you're saying. All right. So let's go back to some sunshine, shall we? Let's go back to those. Oh, wait, then you can't see me on camera. Let's do this. Boop, boop, boop. We'll do this. How about this? Because it's so nice outside. I want everyone to see the sunshine. So we'll just come to our Hardin Valley camera. Right. Take it. There we go, my friends. All right, so good morning, Tina and Lee. We've got Chris on here as well this morning. Not for sure Facebook folks can see the YouTube comments. They cannot. I only can see them because I'm on one platform that pulls them all in, Chris. But if you're on, I mean, that's why I kind of highlight the things that you say so people can see it. But they cannot. So if you're on the East Tennessee Weather Facebook page, you can only see the East Tennessee Weather Facebook comments. If you're on the Mike Witcher TV Facebook page, you can only see the Mike Witcher TV Facebook comments. And if you're on YouTube, you can only see the Facebook comments the YouTube comments. And if you're on Twitter, I actually don't think Twitter can comment, but I've got quite a few folks joining on Twitter every single morning now. So that's been growing quite a bit. So great stuff there. All right. So good morning, TK. Tom with TK's Gourmet Food Wagon says, my weather forecast is highs in the 70s. Yeah. Well, today, Thursday, Tom. Thursday, not today. Good morning, Katrina and Bonnie and Kimberly. Got the usuals on here. Good morning, Julie and Tina. Said, Lee, what brand are the lights? They're called Wee Lights. They were called Wee Lights. Where's my plug? So I bought these universal ones, right, from Best Buy yesterday. And but the problem is, I think, is the amperage may not be right or something. Because when I plug them in, it tells me that I'm low battery. So it's not picking up the DC connection. And I don't have batteries for these things because they're supposed to be plugged in. And so I don't know what's going on with these. They're just, I think the DC, little DC thing. I've got two of them still working, but I can't do anything on the weather wall. That's why we've seen a lot of stuff on the broadcast in this format because I can't get to the weather wall. It's too dark. I'm not lit. I do have two still working, though. So I don't know why those plugs are still working. And the other three, I've got 5 lights, and the other 3 are just not working. So they're called Wee Lights W. Hold on, Lee. Hold on 1 second. I'll just bring them to you. So this is the connection that's not working anymore. Right? There's the camera. That's not working anymore. It just doesn't power the lights. These are the lights, big old studio lights, right? So they're WP35's Wee Lights. I don't know. Came out of China. But they've got good stuff. And I can change different colors and stuff like that. They're just, I don't know what to do. So there we go. So if you know of any place that sells those, I will try to go purchase some more today. Garrett says, great to meet you at Home Depot yesterday. Yeah, great to meet you as well, Garrett. Nice you could join us this morning. So Home Depot believe it or not, Home Depot doesn't carry any of that kind of stuff anymore. They used to back in the day, but now they don't. I don't know if Batteries Plus carries them. I was going to swing by there, but then I got the ones over at Best Buy, and they ain't working, my friends. Thank you, Tammy. Good morning. Good morning, Kathy. We got Kathy on here. Kimberly says, all the clocks said something different. I'm so confused. Yeah. Lack of sleep. Get some sleep today. Hopefully you maybe napped a little bit yesterday. I ate some breakfast yesterday after the broadcast. I went in and cooked myself some eggs and whatnot. Sat on the couch to watch a little Shark Tank, to take a little break. One kid was at a friend's house. Another kid was across the street, and I just passed out. So I got a little nap yesterday. Excuse me. So let's see. Tom's preparing for an event tomorrow, lunch service tomorrow in South Knoxville. Tom, when you say these things, you know I'm going to read it out. Just put the whole information on. Where are you going to be? What are you serving? What times? Don't make me ask, Tom. Just trying to help you out if people want to join you in South Knoxville and want to come out and eat some of your food, which is good, by the way. Got Ronnie and Paul on here. Good morning, Ronnie and Paul. Beth Battles is joining us this morning. Nice that you could join us. So, what are you thinking about weather towards the end of the month? Well, that's the ultimate question. I do think that, listen, I do think that we're going to start to get into a little bit more severe weather as we get towards the end of the month and the beginning of April, maybe even a little bit pushed back into the beginning to middle of April. I do think that we're going to have a little bit of a delayed severe weather season, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to have one. And I would just go on average right now, Beth, and say, average highs for by the end of the month start to warm. And so we'll be a little bit warmer, maybe some severe weather. But when you add warmth and heat and moisture and storms, there comes our severe weather season, right? So let's thank goodness that we didn't have any of that yesterday. We really haven't had a whole lot this year. We had some in December, remember. Then we had the snowstorm in January. And then we've been pretty quiet for the most part. Although we did have that event just, a couple weeks ago. But anyways, I wish I could tell you more, Beth. I do. But then I would be like making billions of dollars if I could tell you exactly what it's going to do. That would be amazing, right? Good morning, Cody. Oh, no, Cody said, I slept in yesterday. I would have today, but I didn't turn on the heat last night and woke up this morning with freezing temps in the house. It was 62 degrees inside the house. Yeah, but that's the best kind of weather just to stay snuggled up in bed, don't you think? Like, I'm not going nowhere, anywhere, anytime soon, am I? I'm not going nowhere. Yeah. Good English, Mike. I am ready for a beautiful day as well, Dwayne. You can't see YouTube this morning? Oh, you can't see YouTube chat. I was going to say, Chris is on YouTube. Eva says it's windy already in Newport. And she's off to church. Have a great day at church, Eva. It's going to be rather windy and gusty in Newport throughout the day today, so something to keep in mind. 18 volt, 13 amps. No, 3 amps. 18 volt, 3 amps. That's what they are. 18 volt, 3 amps. Not 13 amps. Can you get an 18 volt, 13 amp? I don't know. I'm not an electrician. Would have been nice just to hardwire those in, but that's not the way they're working. Good morning, Edwin. Nice to see you on here this morning. We've got Michelle joining us from YouTube. She's heading off to church. Have a great day, Michelle. Enjoy the sunshine, grab the jackets, and enjoy the service this morning. Oh, Tom, you've got an event planned and you don't even have an address yet? Don't let them take you for a ride, my friend. Yeah, let's pick on Tom. Let's see. Kathy says, just knowing that I was going to lose an hour of sleep last night made it even harder to go to sleep. Well, now it's going to be even harder tonight because the sun is not going to set until, 7:50 tonight versus the 6:49 that we had last night. Although we didn't see much of a sunshine or sunset last night. Although the clouds broke up a little bit as we got into the evening hours. So Chris is heading up to Lexington this Thursday for Pepsi Fest. What is Pepsi Fest? I think you were drinking a Pepsi the other night, so you must be a Pepsi lover there, Chris. Sounds like a good drive up. It's going to be great driving up there, but Saturday probably a little rainy coming back. But join in on Thursday morning before you head off, and we'll have a better idea on what that Saturday drive home is going to be like. What's up, Nathan? He's looking forward to a little bit of sunshine. You have to may have those troughs freezing tomorrow there, bud. Down in the 20s and low 30s tomorrow. So go take care of your aminals. Your animals. What's your opinion on how hot the summer is going to be? Well, our average high in the summertime is 80. Average high in the middle of summer, 88 or 89. Maybe 89, but I'm thinking 88. I'll have to double check on that one. I'm going to say hot. It's summertime, Katrina. I don't know. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully we don't get any big blocking ridges, right? So that's where we get heat waves. So hopefully we don't end up with a whole bunch of heat waves this summer. That'd be okay with me. I'm good with 88 degrees, 89 degrees. I like the heat. The humidity I could do without for sure, but it makes it nice to go to the swimming pools and lakes. One thing I've always said about living in Colorado, it's like it may be 100 degrees in the middle of the summer, and it does get that hot in Denver, by the way. But you get out of the pool, and because evaporation is a cooling process, and the air is so dry in Denver that you get out and you literally freeze for a second until all that water evaporates off your skin, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, it's hot again. Now I gotta get back in the pool. Here, it's like, yeah, it's just muggy, so you get into the water to cool off, right? I think so. What are the big plans today, Nathan? Anything fun? Let's see. Kimberly, don't be mean to people. I'll kick you off here, Kimberly. No bowling around here. The light with adapters available on Amazon for $129. I think that's what I spent on these lights. I was just hoping that I could go buy like a $10, $15 adapter, Lee, and get these things back up and running. I didn't want to have to go spend another $500 on lights. I'd rather just spend a little bit. So I'm going to be on the search. And I don't know exactly what size that little plug-in is. I don't know if the 3 amp thing has anything to do with the size of the hole, the plug. I don't know. These are things I don't know. But I do have some adapters up in my attic, I think. And so I was going to go look at a bunch of, I've kept all the cords and wires from over the years. So maybe, although we did this to a big clean out, and I'm wondering if I actually threw all those away. Because I was like, I'm never going to use these things again. And here I am, needing to use these things again. Silly witch. Oh, First Horizon on Chapman Highway. Nice. That's where it's going to be, Tom. That's where it's going to be. Did you just find this out? Well, I razz you and dazz you. You just found it out? And what are we making, Tom? I'll let you know in the morning. All right, cool. Let us know in the morning, Tom. So Chris is a Pepsi Cola collector, and this is a meeting of the collectors? Seriously? Like, do you have, what's the coolest thing that you have, Chris, that you collect from Pepsi? Now, I'm assuming that since you're a Pepsi collector, you only drink Pepsi versus Coca-Cola. I myself cannot drink Pepsi. I think it's the most disgusting stuff ever. But a good solid cold Coke on a hot summer day is like one of the best things in the world. But I don't drink a lot of soda. I drink other things. Yeah, Samuel's not liking the new time change. Yeah, me either. Do we think we'll have any more snow? I don't think so. I mean, even looking down the pipeline, we really don't even have a lot of colder air swinging its way in. Lee, is that from Amazon? Oh, there it is. Yeah, from Amazon. All right, I'll copy that and go look it up. Oh, man. But thanks for the help, Lee. I do appreciate it. I was looking on Amazon, but then you don't know. And I know the one I got has different little plugs, right? So you can have different sizes. That's the one I got yesterday, but it just doesn't seem to work. So I see what you're looking at. Oh, the one with the long, yeah. That might just do it. So we'll go purchase that one, Lee. Thanks for the help, bud. I appreciate it. It's just Cody. Kimberly, come on. So Cody says, you explained it once before, but why is Tennessee so hot and humid during the summer? That's a great question. I don't know. No, it's just based on where we are. So you got to think about what's to our south, Cody. A giant body of water, the Gulf of Mexico. And so that's our feeder for moisture here in the southeast. That's what gives us the humidity, is the Gulf of Mexico. Sometimes the Atlantic, depending on the winds, but typically the Gulf of Mexico. And then it's just summertime in the continental U.S. And so, I mean, even Denver, just the sun angle is going to be higher. So you get more of a direct sunlight thanks to the tilt of the earth. And so we get hotter summer days. So the heat's because of where we are in the tilt of the earth, but the humidity is coming from the Gulf of Mexico. You combine those two, and then you have heat index values. And that's when we're like, whew, if you walk outside, it's like a steam bath. Think about people who have farms. They have to go work on the farms. Nathan's kind of got a little bit of a farm. He's got a beautiful farm, actually, up in Corrington. It is a beautiful place. I think like what Nathan, if you're still on here, like 35 acres, 38 acres, maybe more. I think it's like 30 something. Gorgeous. So it's got an old bourbon shack in the back. Well, we call it the bourbon shack, but an old area back behind his house, behind like where the animals live. And he's mowed it all down. He's got trails for his kid to ride through. We do some camping, so we do a dad's camp out over there. By the way, Nathan, when's the next dad's camp out? We need to set that up. Dads and kids camp out. It's the dad's taking the kids camping. Get a lamp and a 100-watt light bulb. No, it doesn't work that way, Cody. I can dim these because I have them all like in a semicircle. And so that wouldn't work. Otherwise, that would be the best way to do it. Like even these lights right here, they're soft lights. I got to do whatever I can with this ugly mug. Just saying. What about a lighting company? Oh, there is that lighting company over there. What is that? Paper Mill? Paper Mill, there's that lighting company. Maybe I'll go there. That's a good idea. Thanks for that thought. Never thought about that. I thought it would be easier to find a DC plug around here, but it's just not. Beth agrees about the Pepsi thing too. I have an amber Huntsville, Alabama bottle worth about $600. It's a certified. Is a certified Pepsi-aholic? You're a certified Pepsi-aholic? Nice. Let's see. Want to talk about heat and humidity? Check out Montego Bay in Jamaica in summertime. Yeah, no doubt. Did I have a little kid come in here? Stokes, yeah. Good idea. I will hit up Stokes today. Tammy collects Coke stuff. Now we got a battle of Pepsi and Coke. And I love caffeine-free Diet Coke. Not a Pepsi fan myself. So, Tammy and Chris, battle of the drinks. Who's going to win? Go to Shields Electronics on Paper Mill. Good idea. They're so expensive, though. Sorry, Shields. I literally bought a PoE injector, a power over Ethernet injector. And I needed one to get one started for the project. I had some ordered from Amazon. Amazon, they were like $15. Do you know how much Shields charged? $75. But I'll go check them out today because you're right. They will probably have exactly that. Kimberly's a Pepsi fan. Yeah, they are expensive. So, I don't know why they need to be so expensive. They are very helpful for sure, but their prices are very high. I will take the cord when I go. And I'm actually going to take the light with me too, because when I was yesterday, they were like, well, we can just try it now if you had the light. I didn't have the light. So now I've wasted a trip, and now I got to go return stuff. So I'm going to be doing that this morning because I really want to get the weather wall back up and running. Guess I don't really need it, but it's kind of nice to be able to point to things on a weather wall. It's like, that's what I'm used to. That's my little home. Go to your home, Witcher. Let's see if there's any big stuff going on across the country right now. Not a whole lot. So we have some freeze warnings down into parts of Alabama and Georgia. We've got the wind advisories across the foothills and mountains, the Appalachian spine, really, stretching all the way up into the northeast. We've got winter weather advisories showing up in the northeast, along with winter storm warnings. So they're still seeing snow. Back into parts of New Mexico and Wyoming, we've got red flag warnings. So fire danger there with quite a bit of wind and fire weather watches across parts of the Great Plains. That's not great. And over into California, more winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings, and some, how about some small craft advisories? We've got those small craft advisories also across the Gulf Coast and the entire eastern seaboard. That's what's going on across the country right now. So when you look at the satellite and radar, look at that big storm. So our storm system that brought us the rain yesterday, a big old doozy of a storm across the Northeast. Look at that. Boom. Anybody want more snow? You have to go to the Northeast. Let's show you the big picture. Here's our future cast. So we are still going to squeeze out a little bit of snow across the mountains, the Appalachian Mountains up in West Virginia and up into Pennsylvania as the whole storm system moves its way on out. Another storm moves its way across the West Coast as we get started next week. For folks in California, Washington, Oregon, swinging its way into the Rockies and the mountain ranges out to the west. But here at home, we're going to just embrace some nice sunshine and some beautiful weather. Let's go back to the Hardin Valley camera because it's so nice. Where is it? There it is. Just some nice sunshine. A little breezy, though, so it's going to be chilly. Remember, our temperatures are going to warm today, but not a whole lot. Well, we didn't fluctuate in temperatures a whole lot yesterday. Today, we'll see those temps climb about 15 degrees from this morning. So we'll go about 30, mid to upper 30s this morning into the upper 40s to low 50s here this afternoon. And that's really going to be the story, but the wind is really going to be the story today. So it's going to be cranking. If you think it's windy now, wait till after lunchtime. So give us about 3 or 4 hours, and the wind's going to start to really pick up. It's going to be rather gusty. Highest winds, of course, across the peaks of the Smokies. But we're talking a strong northwesterly flow. That's what's ushering in the colder air, and that's why we have the wind advisory. No wind advisory here in Knoxville or the valley locations or even the plateau, but we have the wind advisory for the mountains, gusts up to about 50 miles per hour. The wind relaxes tonight. Thank goodness for that. But that's going to allow those temperatures to drop down into the 20s and 30s. So do we have any frost tomorrow morning? Let's see. Let me look at a couple things here real quick. I don't think we're going to have a lot of frost because the atmosphere is going to dry out. But let me look at this quick old SKU-T log P here real quick. Say what? A SKU-T log P. Go search that one on the intranet, on the World Wide Web. So when we get into Monday morning, yep, temperature and dew point are really far apart. So I don't think that we're going to have really any frost forming tomorrow morning, but we still have the freeze because temperatures will fall below 30 to 32 degrees, right? So it's going to be more of a hard freeze tomorrow morning. But believe it or not, I don't think that we'll have a whole lot of frost. Let's see how it turns out tomorrow. Join in on the chat tomorrow morning and let me know if you have any frost around the area. I'm gonna be a Betty man here this morning and say I don't think we'll really have much frost tomorrow morning, if any at all. And then the atmosphere is so dry tomorrow. Temperature and dew points are really big spread in temperature and dew point, and that's going to allow for abundant sunshine. That allows for our relative humidities to drop during the day. So remember, when we look at moisture in the atmosphere, we talk about dew point. Relative humidity is relative based on temperature, okay? So if your dew point stays at 30 degrees and your temperature climbs to 40, okay, so now where those temperature and dew points are closer together, relative humidity is going to be higher. But now if that temperature goes all the way up to 80 and dew point stays at 20, now relative humidity comes crashing on down, and that produces really dry air. There we go. Maybe I teach you something every day, right? Wind is starting to pick up right now in the Pigeon Forge, and Katrina says, I hope no frost. I'm going to be on a Betty man and say that we don't and won't probably have much in the form of frost tomorrow morning, but temperatures do warm nicely tomorrow. We're going to be back into the 50s and 60s, or close to 60s, so that's going to be pretty nice. That's average high for this time of year. When you look at your 3-day forecast, we're going to be in the mid-60s Tuesday. We're going to be in the upper 60s on Wednesday. And then next week, how about some mid-70s as we highlighted just moments ago? It's going to be a nice week next week with some sunshine, increasing clouds, maybe a bit of a breeze, but not a whole lot. I think the wind will start to increase Friday as the next cold front approaches and moves its way on through. All right, my friends, it's not 7:37. It is, oh, look at that. My studio clock actually switched. Nice. I didn't think it was going to do that. I keep looking at the clock thinking I'm off on my time. It is 9:37, right? Yeah, it is. Check all my clocks, make sure everything's up and running. Thank you, computers, for updating when you need to. It makes it a little bit easier. Anyways, my friends, I hope you have a good day. Check out those wins with the app every once in a while. And we're going to wrap things up here this morning. So cue the music. That's me cueing it. I don't have an audio guy. Cue the music, Witcher. All right, my friends, we sure hope you have a great day. Thanks for checking in with Wake Up with Witcher. It's Sunday, March 10th. It is 9:37 in the morning. Enjoy the sunshine. Grab the jackets, but enjoy the sunny weather and enjoy the warmer weather. I'll be back tomorrow morning. We'll talk about the frost or lack of frost tomorrow morning, but the hard freeze tomorrow morning, and then the warm up tomorrow afternoon. So it's going to be a nice quiet week this next week until Friday. But I'd love for you to join every once in a while. Open the app every once in a while if you don't mind. It just helps everything out. All right, my friends, we'll see you back here tomorrow for Wake Up with Witcher. Be safe, be kind to each other. Life is short.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
Good morning. Have a great Sunday, everybody. It looks like it's going to be a sunny, breezy, and much cooler day around East Tennessee. You'll need the sunglasses and the light jackets, but a nice little warming trend is on the way. So cool today, colder tonight, but then warming all next week. Our next storm system is going to arrive as we get into basically our Friday, but we'll see the effects of it starting to work its way into the area as we get into our Thursday. So your forecast for the day today, abundant sunshine, chilly this morning, cool this afternoon. We only make it into the 40s and 50s here. But the wind aspect, so the wind was with us, a little breezy yesterday evening. The wind is really going to start to pick up as we get into the lunch hour and into the early afternoon, where the winds are going to be out of the northwest, gusting anywhere from 20 to 25 miles per hour, but even higher winds expected across the mountains. And that's where the National Weather Service has issued a wind advisory again today. That runs all day today and expires at about 2 o'clock in the morning here tonight. Clear skies, lighter winds, colder temperatures. As we get started on our Monday morning, all of us are going to be hovering at or below freezing. And so we're talking about freezing temperatures to get started on our Monday morning. But through the day on Monday, we're going to see those temperatures climb nicely. And it's going to be a little bit warmer on Monday. and that will be the story here over the next several days. So your Monday forecast, we start off chilly, below freezing. Temperatures climb into the mid to upper 50s, so more seasonable temperatures, at least for high temperatures, are on the way. And then above average weather as we get into our Tuesday and Wednesday time frame. We're going to see a nice little push of a southerly flow that's going to bring us increasing temperatures as high pressure hangs strong. So in the short term, we've got this pocket of cooler air that's moving its way on into the area. That's why it's going to stay cooler today. Clear and reinforced colder air overnight tonight with some radiational cooling. Really allows those temperatures to fall off overnight tonight. But through the day tomorrow into our Tuesday, here comes our ridge of high pressure. It's going to scour out that colder air, and that's going to leave us with the warming temperatures as we get started on Monday. So when you look at those rain chances are going to start to ramp up, but not really until Thursday night, but really through the day on Friday, and then start to fade away as we get into our Saturday and Sunday. So here's what that looks like. When you look at the rainfall outlook throughout the day today, not a big deal. Tomorrow, we stay dry. As we get into our Tuesday into Wednesday, here comes our next system. It's going to start to develop out to our west, and it slowly starts to work our way. So Wednesday into Thursday, we're staying on the dry side. Thursday into Friday, still likely to stay dry, but Friday into Saturday is when the rain really starts to settle on in. Cold front's going to swing through, and then Saturday into Sunday, we'll start to see the rain showers slowly work their way on out of here. But when you take a 7-day forecast of rainfall, obviously we're going to be dry all week long until Friday. We're looking at about an inch of rain here locally. Heaviest rain is going to be further to our west and southwest. Here's your 7-day temperature trend. A beautiful spring break for any spring breakers out there. If you're staying here around East Tennessee, it's really going to be nice. 50s today, tomorrow, 60s as we get into our, say Tuesday, Wednesday time frame, and possibly pushing the mid-70s by next Thursday, with temperatures staying above average as we get into Friday and Saturday. Now, while it's going to be chilly over the next couple of mornings, those morning lows come back up. Behind the cold front next Sunday, we'll see those temperatures come back down into the low to mid-30s. So a nice warming trend, breezy, gusty, sunny, and cool today, but warmer weather is on the way. Don't forget to track the latest forecast by always checking in on the East Tennessee Weather app. It's free, by the way. You get your current conditions, day parts, 7-day forecast, daily forecast, link to the 24-hour weather channel, and of course, always the interactive radar when rain's arriving. But that won't be needed until next Friday. Anyways, we sure hope you have a great Sunday. We'll see you back here real soon.